May the 6th. Eggs, fledgling, colours. A fine range of colour and markings exists on the eggs now hidden away across the landscape. Some evolutionists explain this by indicating there may have been no selective pressure for them to change over all the vicissitudes of time. Species that nest in holes and burrows generally have no colour whatsoever on their eggs, not needing them to be camouflaged, for example swifts and woodpeckers. Others, such as tits and nuthatches, although they also nest in holes, have eggs with just a few spots. This may indicate they have taken to holes perhaps more recently in their evolutionary history. It is still difficult to explain why so many birds have blue eggs. For example, crow, thrush, blackbird, wheatear, pied flycatcher and redstart. To our eyes, the humble hedge sparrow has eggs which are such a remarkable shade of blue, they hardly seem designed to deter egg stealers. Chaffinches have rosy red eggs, turtle doves have eggs that are creamy white, and tree pipit eggs can either be red, lilac, dark brown, spotted or streaked. Markings also differ considerably in other birds. Bullfinches have more spots at one end of the egg than the other. Those of the yellowhammer have so many scribblings the bird was given the alternative name of the scribble yard or writing master. The eggs were even thought to have some encoded message from the devil, which led to the poor birds being persecuted. Size also differs radically from the tiny 13mm egg of the goldcrest to the egg of a mute swan, which is almost 10 times longer. Clutch sizes are equally as varied. Hobbies can lay as few as 2 eggs, tits often have 10 or more, and partridges may have 20. Egg shape is usually uniform, although lapwings have eggs which are more pear-shaped. The number of broods also differs. Blackbirds and blue tits may already be on their second brood, and sparrows could go on to have as many as 5. Good weather will generally encourage birds to lay earlier than usual, and cold weather may result in smaller clutches, as well as smaller and even thinner shelled eggs. Thankfully, all this goes unnoticed in our woods, gardens, commons and reed beds, all of which are full of eggs in May. Fledglings. Most birds, when accidentally disturbed on the nest, will either sit tight, call loudly, or have a distraction display. Partridges were even known to lose their heads with sighs rather than abandon their nests. Owls forego all this and think nothing of attacking any intruder. Lapwings can often be seen mobbing crows, and crows in turn can be seen mobbing birds of prey, both trying to protect their young. Redshacks and woodcocks prefer to feign death, and even the normally shy dabchick will try and lure you away. By the end of the month, some fledglings are starting to leave the safety of their nests. This can be a hazardous affair if there is little cover in which to hide. Young blackbirds can easily find themselves in streets where they are easy prey for cats. Young rooks, crows, herons and ducks are usually the first to be noticed. In gardens it is often either robins, blackbirds or blue tits. A flock of long-tailed tits, with their noisy young in attendance, passing through a garden is one of the more pleasant sights of the month. Once their fledglings are out of the nest, parents are much more vocal, with a range of contact calls, alarm notes, and even solicitous crooning. Wrens, normally so noisy, will endeavour to entice their fledglings to roost in one of their cock nests with much more gentle sounds than we are used to hearing from them. Colours. May is a month of changing colours. At the beginning of the month it is predominantly yellow, with meadows full of buttercups, heaths covered in gorse and broom, and perhaps chalk downland covered in cowslips, as it still is on parts of Farthing Down. There is still much new plant growth producing lively greens, especially in trees such as beech and lime. Even the new leaves on evergreens can be quite piercing, especially in spruces. In country lanes, white tends to dominate, with hawthorn, cowparsley and stitchwort everywhere. Occasionally there are splashes of pink from wild crabapple. There is much more pink and red in central areas due to the endless ornamental cherries. Marshy areas may get a lift from any lilac-coloured carpets of cuckoo flower and strong yellow dots of wild irises. When light hits a patch of bluebells in woodland after rain, it has been described as having a sapphire brilliance. If the bluebells are mixed with early purple orchids and red campion, they provide possibly the best colour spectacle of the month. There are now too many colours in our gardens to describe them as anything less than kaleidoscopic. The rhododendron and azalea collections in some of the great Victorian gardens just south of London possibly provide the gaudiest show of all, for example Lennersley and High Beeches. The collection at Leith Hill in Surrey is a little nearer.